Hi, this is some thoughts I had on turning 18 and being depressed about it to a young man who was just getting to be that age. First, I want to say, don't worry about your physical beauty, because you are going to get even more attractive. Your body will fill out, and you will lose the gangly look. Male teenagers are often lanky and awkward looking, all hands and feet, and clumsy. You will get more into proportion over the next half decade or so, and you will become even better looking than you are now. Your body will stop changing sizes, and as you settle into your fully grown body, you will become more graceful than you are now. Your body will take on the look of an all-systems-ready, manly male, which is actually more attractive to females, excepting those girls who lack the confidence to be with a fully mature male, and you don't want them anyway. Over the next half-decade, your brain will continue to develop, and you will, in many ways, become smarter and more capable, which will enable you to deal with life better. Your decision-making ability will become better and more reliable over the next few years. However, there certainly are some things that you may perceive as being negative as you get older. At 18, the worm turns. You are no longer owed anything by your family or society. You are considered capable of taking care of yourself. You have been fed and supported and provided for. You are entitled to that as one too incompetent to do for themselves. Now, you should have been given all the skills and information you need to survive on your own efforts. You are no longer entitled to be sustained off the excess profits from somebody else's labor. Any support you receive henceforth is charity from your family. If you receive such charity, you owe them big time. If you are living with your parents, you will have instantly gone from an entitled dependent to an object of charity and a debtor within your own family. If you have any intelligence at all, it has become apparent to you how very difficult it can be to sustain yourself. You are also aware that the manner in which you sustain yourself will have very few amenities beyond your basic survival needs. You might have to live with no car, no cable, no internet, no nothing extra. If you smoke, it will be nearly impossible. If you meet a girl, you will not have an allowance or money from a part-time job. She'd better be a very cheap date. And in these days of high unemployment, aside from the charity of your parents, even your basic needs are not assured by being able to go out and get a job. There is a major shift in responsibility and accountability at age 18. If you fucked up before 18, it was your parents' responsibility. They were not training or supervising you properly. Even the courts would cut you some slack. Your parents were your scapegoats. Now, if you fuck up, it is on your head. You are old enough to know that there are boundaries, what those boundaries are, and to be solely accountable if you cross those boundaries. You will have no one to blame but yourself. Not only are you considered old enough to provide for your own well-being, but also to be responsible for other people. Should you procreate, you must be responsible for yourself, a woman who is either disabled due to pregnancy or who must stay home to care for a child and an infant as well. If your parents fall on hard times, you will be considered old enough to pitch in and take care of them if needed. How scary is that when you have not even found out if you are able to take care of yourself yet? Still, that is the reasonable expectation of society for you now. Not only that, you are also now responsible for your country and your community, which you must support financially with your taxes. You are responsible to know what is going on and to help see that the correct functioning of our society through the use of your vote and the political system. It's your job to do it now. Additionally, should we come under attack, you are responsible to get out there and fight and defend us all. Yes, Turning 18 is scary as hell. And how can you know you are ready? You can't, because you aren't. You are going to screw it up. Sometimes you are going to have to feel this is just too hard over the next half-decade. You will cry uncle, be humbled, and be humiliated, and have to seek help. You will fail to meet expectations. But then, why should you be any different? And that is part of growing up, too. If life does not humble you from time to time, you will become an intolerable asshole that no one can stand. So even that has an upside. And what's worse, you have hated and fought against all those adults who are getting in your way, telling you what to do, supervising and restricting you for these last few years. Now, suddenly, you are going to become one of them, the enemy, and there is nothing you can do to stop yourself. Now, all I am doing is acknowledging that you have good reason to be depressed at becoming 18 and wanting to rail against cruel fate that does not allow you to be a protected child forever. You know, that's a sign of intelligence. And simply acknowledging that you do understand what you are getting into. Life as an adult is tough, and you are aware of it. That is also a sign that you are getting yourself emotionally prepared to handle it. I would think that if you are not scared and somewhat depressed, either you are a fool or you just don't understand the situation. But while you are pondering the situation about getting older and allowing yourself some needed time for depression, while you learn to accept your new role in life, you need to know that there is some good news. As time passes, it gets much easier. You learn the tricks to a successful life, and most of those tricks are learned in your late teens and early 20s. You learn how to keep a job after getting fired a couple of times. Having lost your apartment, you learn how not to get the landlord ticked off. You learn the best use of your money and hopefully start earning more. You learn the value of saving for a rainy day, and having an umbrella beats the hell out of getting soaked. When you are young, even a flat tire is a crisis. Soon you learn that AAA is cheaper than one tow on an old car, and you carry a can of Fix-A-Flat at all times. Life does get easier. And then comes the best part of getting older. You get to become the responsible generation. You and all the others like you will make it all work. You are the new Atlas on whose shoulders the world rests. You are mighty, and you are beautiful. As Sam says, you know, I'm tired. It's your turn now. Good luck.